Pay close attention to this video. A man was hugging his girlfriend and, in the meantime, he was throwing some talcum powder on her bike. He then asks if she really needed to leave and she said yes, because her mother needed her help and she needs to go there. The man then tries to kiss his girlfriend goodbye, but she ignores him and puts on her helmet. The woman then says goodbye to her boyfriend and leaves. Later, the man was talking to his sister. He said he was thinking about the possibility that his wife was cheating on him. The sister said that that was impossible, because the woman loved the man very much and that they were going to have a child together. The man says he couldn't get it out of his head, but that he was grateful his sister was listening to her outburst. The sister says that she needed to thank the man for everything he had done for her. She said that she was very grateful, because when she needed help the man helped her, letting her live with him. The man said she didn't need to thank him and that he knew her sister would do the same for him. The sister said she would do anything for the man and that he could always count on her. She then says that she needed to take care of some matters and says goodbye to the man, but when she leaves, the man notices that his sister's pants were dirty with the powder he had put on his girlfriend's motorcycle, which leaves him very confused. The man becomes very confused by what was happening and begins to wonder if that was really what was happening and he wasn't imagining that it was true. At that moment, another man appears and asks if the man was okay. The man says yes, but that he needed to leave. The other man then says goodbye to the man and the man leaves. The man goes after his sister and stands at a distance, watching what she was doing. The sister goes to the woman's house. She knocks on the door and then said that she was very happy to be with her and she said that she was also very happy. They then hug each other and the woman tells them to go inside before anyone sees them. The man is furious with that situation, because he couldn't believe that his sister was doing that to him. The other man asks the man what was happening and then the man says that he thought his wife was cheating on him with his sister. The other man starts to laugh at that, but the man asks him to stop laughing. He says he couldn't talk to him about that and then leaves, leaving the other man laughing at the situation and making jokes about the man. He then enters the house and begins to observe what they were doing. The woman says her sister was much better than her girlfriend. She said she was very happy to have chosen her sister and that her boyfriend was an idiot, as he thought the child the woman was going to have was his. She then tells her that her boyfriend could never suspect that that child wasn't his. The sister says that would never happen and that the man wouldn't find out that the child wasn't his. They then kiss and the man records everything with his cell phone. The man then becomes furious with that situation and says that they were traitors and that they would regret having done that. Some time later, the man enters his sister's room and says he was excited to be there. The sister is surprised by this and asks if the man had already finished what he had to do. The man says that he had already finished what he had to do and that, in fact, he had good news. He said that he needed his sister's help for the party, as he was having a very important meeting later and needed her to buy some things for the party. The sister said that he should pay more attention to that meeting, as it was very important for everyone in that company, and the man said that he would do that and that. In fact, he thought everything would go very well. She said she was very happy about it and says if their father was there, he would be very proud of his son. The man says he wasn't proud of his sister, but she doesn't listen and asks what he had said. He then tells his sister that he needed to go to a meeting, but that he couldn't go as he was too worried about the party he was going to later. The sister then asks her brother which party he was talking about and the man said it was the party where he would reveal the baby's sex. He then asks his sister if she could buy some things for the party and gives her a shopping list. When his sister sees the shopping list, he realizes that it was much bigger than she had imagined and is surprised by it. The man said that he knew that list was very long, but that his sister was the only one with free time in that house and asked her to help him. The sister said that she was very busy that day, but the man insists that he really needed his sister's help. He said that his sister was very smart and that she would be able to solve the problem for him, because if he waited for his wife to do that, he knew something would go wrong. He says that she was the only one he could trust and says that he would be waiting for her help and then leaves, thanking his sister for her help. The man then leaves and the sister begins to complain about what she needed to do. She says that List had a lot of useless things and that she really didn't want to do that. At that moment, the woman arrives and asks what her sister was complaining about. She said that her husband needed help and that now she needed to buy everything, as the man had the idea of throwing a party to surprise her. She says that the man would be late and that he was making her have to buy all of that alone. She said that at least she would have the woman's help with that, but she said that she wouldn't be able to help her with that. She is surprised and says that he would need her help, but she said that she had a lot to do and that she needed to focus on the things she needed to do and that she couldn't help him. She then says that she wouldn't do it alone, but she said that they had a plan and that she couldn't let anything get in the way of their plan. She then says that she was counting on her help and leaves. Some time later, the woman was telling her sister that she was very happy with their plan and that they would soon have all the money to themselves. The sister says that soon they would be rich and could travel the world together. They were going to hug, but at that moment, the man appeared. The woman then tells the man that she was talking to his sister about the party he had told them about. The sister says she was very excited about it and asks if the party was ready yet. The man then asks the woman if her mother was coming, but the woman says no, because her mother was very sick and wouldn't go to the party. The man then tells them to come in and they enter the house. The other man says that he was very excited for that party and that he expected many surprises to be revealed at that party. When they enter the house, the man tells his friend that he had to be quiet and the other man says that he was just trying to make things more interesting, but the man was ruining everything. Later, they were at the party and the man said he was very happy that everyone was there at that party. He says he was there with all those people present so he could thank his wife for carrying his son. She said he didn't need to thank her as she was very happy to be able to carry the man's child. He then said he had a surprise for her, which makes her excited. He said he had a game for them to play and she asks what the rules were. He then tells the woman that that game was for them to find out if the child would be a girl or a boy. She gets excited about that and asks if she could start playing. He says yes, so she takes out one of the hidden items. She sees that the first one was a pink bear, which makes her excited thinking that she was a girl, but the man tells them to continue as they still have more images to be revealed. The other man says that he was very curious about what would happen there and so the man asks him to shut up. He says he was just curious about it and so the man asked the woman to open the next image. She then opens another one of the items and realizes that it was another pink bear, which makes her very excited, as she really wanted to have a girl. He then said he would reveal one more of the images and then reveals a blue item. Everyone is very excited, saying that they would be a boy, but the woman says that she would reveal another image that she expected to be a girl. He said he needed to be more excited about it, but she said she wasn't interested in it anymore. He then said he had a surprise and the other man says he was surprised. She then goes to reveal another of the images, but she ends up revealing a photo of her kissing her sister. This leaves her very surprised and she asks the man what that meant. He then says that this was the surprise he had prepared for her and that the party was to reveal that his wife was having an affair with his sister. The man says that all those photos were there to prove that he wasn't lying and that he knew everything that was happening. He said that she could even say that it was a lie, but he was the one who had taken those photos and that he knew everything that was happening. He then says that she could reveal what was really happening there and that everyone was waiting for her to talk about it. She then says that it was all a misunderstanding and that her sister could explain it better than her. The man then says he couldn't believe his wife was cheating on him with his sister. He says that he and his sister were very close, but now everything was ruined because of the betrayal they had done. The sister then says that the man needed to calm down, as it was just a misunderstanding. The man tells his sister that he couldn't believe his sister had done that to him. He says that he loved his sister very much and that he had helped her by letting her live in her house, but that she betrayed him by doing that to him. He says that he always took care of her, but now he didn't want her to stay there anymore and asks her to leave and never come back. The woman asks the man to calm down and so they can talk better about it. She says that all that discussion wasn't good for the child, but the man says that he knew that child wasn't his and that he didn't care what would happen to her. The sister then says that the truth was that the woman had the idea that they would run away together, but she asks her to shut up. The man then says that he wanted his sister to leave that house and never return. The other man says that was very surprising and the man tells him to shut up. The other man then asked what he would do and the man says he could stay, but he had to be quiet. He then said that the man should see the positive side of everything that had happened there. He said the man managed to get rid of bad people who just wanted his money and the man says he was right. The other man then tells the man that he could count on him for everything that could happen in his life and then starts trying to hug the man, but the man tells him to stop those jokes. He then says that this was the time for them to reveal their love, but the man tells him to stop that. The other man starts laughing and says he was just joking with the man and the man tells him not to do that anymore.